Did you know that Bill Gates, one of the world's most successful entrepreneurs, is a self-confessed procrastinator? You heard it right. Even the founder of Microsoft, the man behind the technology many of us use daily, admits to putting things off. And it doesn't stop there. A surprising number of successful CEOs share this trait. But how can this be? We've been conditioned to see procrastination as a villain, a thief of time that keeps us from reaching our full potential. Yet these successful figures suggest a different narrative. Could it be that procrastination isn't always the productivity killer we think it is? Let's dive into this intriguing paradox. Procrastination, when harnessed correctly, can actually be a powerful tool. It's about turning that later into an innovative now. It's about using that time to ponder, to innovate, to strategize. That's right, even the greats put things off sometimes. But how can procrastination possibly lead to success? Contrary to popular belief, procrastination can actually fuel creativity and innovation. Now, that might sound like a bold statement, and it is, but let's dive a little deeper. Procrastination, often seen as the enemy of productivity, can actually be a catalyst for innovative ideas. Think about it. When you're not forcing your brain to churn out ideas on a tight deadline, it's free to wander, to explore, to stumble upon new concepts and perspectives. Take the example of successful entrepreneurs like Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, or Elon Musk. These pioneers didn't always follow a straight path. They took detours, they took breaks, and yes, they procrastinated. But in those moments of pause, they were able to incubate ideas to let them simmer and evolve, leading to some of the most groundbreaking innovations of our time. This brings us to the concept of productive procrastination. Now, what's that? It's simply the idea that not every moment has to be packed with straightforward action. Sometimes, the most productive thing you can do is to take a step back, to give your mind the freedom to explore new avenues and possibilities. Productive procrastination is about strategic delay. It's not about being lazy or avoidant. It's about understanding that your brain sometimes needs a break, a chance to recharge and refuel. It's about realizing that creativity can't be rushed, that innovation doesn't always follow a strict timeline. So don't demonize procrastination. Instead, harness it. Use those moments of pause to your advantage. Let your mind wander. Let it explore. You might be surprised at the ideas that emerge when you're not forcing them. Remember, many of the world's most successful entrepreneurs didn't get there by following the beaten path. They got there by taking detours, by embracing the unexpected, by understanding the power of productive procrastination. So, the key is not to eliminate procrastination, but to harness it. But how do we do that? Well, stick around, because we're about to dive into some practical tips for harnessing the power of procrastination. Practical tips to harness procrastination. Here are some practical and actionable tips to turn procrastination into a powerful tool. First off, set strict deadlines. We all know the saying, if it weren't for the last minute, nothing would get done. Well, there's a grain of truth in there. Deadlines create a sense of urgency and can push us to focus and commit to the task at hand. But remember, it's not about rushing. It's about creating a time frame that gives you the right amount of pressure to fuel your productivity. Next, break your tasks into smaller parts. Looking at a big task can be overwhelming, and that's often why we procrastinate. But when you divide your work into manageable chunks, it becomes less intimidating. Every small victory brings you one step closer to your goal and provides you with a sense of accomplishment that spurs you on. Now let's talk about using procrastination as a time to reflect and think deeply about the task at hand. Yes, you heard right. Procrastination doesn't always have to be about doing nothing. Instead, think of it as a pause that allows you to step back, reassess the situation, and come back with fresh eyes. This can lead to better decision-making and more creative solutions. But here's the kicker. You need to be intentional about this. Don't just mindlessly scroll through social media during your procrastination time. Instead, use this time to engage in activities that relax and recharge your mind, like taking a walk, meditating, or even doodling. This can help you return to your task with renewed energy and a fresh perspective. And lastly, remember that it's okay to ask for help. If you're stuck on a task, don't waste time beating yourself up about it. Reach out to a colleague, a mentor, or even a friend. Sometimes a fresh pair of eyes can provide the insight you need to move forward. Remember, it's all about turning procrastination from a time waster into a time investor. So, next time you find yourself procrastinating, don't beat yourself up. Instead, try to use it to your advantage. Now, that's a thought worth pondering, isn't it? We've spent the past few minutes exploring this intriguing concept, and it's time to pull together all the threads of this tapestry. Remember, we started by debunking the myth that procrastination is always a bad habit. Instead, we discovered that many successful CEOs have harnessed the power of procrastination to their advantage. They've used those moments of delay to reflect, gather more information, and make more strategic decisions. Then, we dived deep into the heart of procrastination, exploring its hidden potential. We learned that procrastination can actually be a powerful tool for success when harnessed correctly. It can give you the time and space to think creatively, to challenge the status quo, and to innovate. It can help you prioritize what's truly important and let go of what's not. We also shared some practical tips to help you transform procrastination from a foe into a friend. Remember, it's all about understanding why you're procrastinating, using it as a signal to reassess your tasks, and learning to ride the waves of your natural energy and motivation. As we wrap up, take a moment to reflect on how you can apply these insights to your own life. Can you turn procrastination into a secret weapon for success? Can you use it to fuel your creativity, improve your decision-making, and achieve your goals in a more strategic and satisfying way? We've shown you that it's possible. It's not a one-size-fits-all solution, but it's a perspective worth exploring. So don't just take our word for it, give it a try. Experiment with these ideas. See what works for you. Thanks for tuning in to Online with Teresa. If you found these insights helpful, hit that subscribe button and join our community of forward thinkers. And don't forget to drop a comment below. How do you plan to use procrastination to your advantage? We'd love to hear your thoughts.